Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech Heavy Metal, where I've been doing a little bit of route planning here. See, we have a couple of missions coming up on this world that are high difficulty and pretty high pay. And I was trying to figure out if we need to lean in hard on the pay to prepare ourselves for this black market, or if we should try to take it as salvage to maybe complete a couple of the mechs that we're working toward. And I think the answer is, I think the plan should be for us to go to this flashpoint next and then fly back here. That's going to pick us up an extra world that we can travel through. I don't actually want to stop on Robsart, but we can fly through it on the way to Flintoft and then turn around and grab this. And then that way we'll have plenty of time to make enough money to be able to buy stuff there while still being able to focus on salvage here. Because my suspicion is these missions are going to be very, very lucrative for us very lucrative for us in terms of actual, giant robots. So let's start with the easier one. Hopefully we'll be able to keep enough mechs in working condition to be able to pull off data piracy here without having to stop and do repairs. So our pirate enemies are hiding restricted munitions in a series of warehouses used to distribute medical supplies. We would make a public accusation that they're hiding munitions in medical supplies, but that would reveal the source of our intel. So instead, we need a deniable asset to go in and blow up a bunch of medical supplies. This is kind of what I was talking about last episode when I said, listen, we're all monsters here. Do I want to go all the way up to 3 priority salvage? At 3.5 skulls, how many mechs do I think they're going to bring out that I actually want to take home? What are we paying per point? It's 227,000 C-bills. Obviously, it's way more cash efficient to get mech parts as salvage than it is to buy them, but we gotta figure out how many things we're actually gonna want to take. Let's do 211. 3.5. At 3.5, you know what? I'm gonna take 315. At 3.5, we might legitimately see a lot of stuff that is worth bringing home. And I think we probably want to go ahead and just run this like this. The Warhammer probably should be repaired before we use it again. It took a lot of structural damage. You know, it's pretty evenly spread out, structural damage, though. A lot of it was from overheating. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks. And the lowlands biome... The other mission we have is a desert biome, and we certainly don't want to run the hardlight there. But this might be an okay time to get it back out. So, put this up instead of... Oh, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't, just because, I'm pretty happy with the builds that we have here. Yeah, we'll just run it like this again. It's fine. We will continue to accumulate XP on our lower level pilots. Hopefully Steamfitter will be back in action relatively soon. I didn't actually look at how many days it's going to take for him to recover, but I believe he only took 1 point of damage, right? So he should be fine. Get him leveled up, and with us being not in a big hurry to hit the next black market and actually pretty rich, this might be the moment where we want to start picking up new pilots. Ideally, we'll pick up new pilots as we're headed out to a lower difficulty world that's just a convenient thing for us to stop on, because that way we can give them some actual combat experience right away. I suppose it's not the end of the world if they have to just sit in the simulator for a while, though. We do need to upgrade our simulators so that the XP threshold, the threshold at which they stop receiving free XP, is high enough for it to actually matter. Because a pilot with 10k XP doesn't actually have 3 skills, I don't think. And right now, our free XP threshold is a little bit low for my taste.
Moving out.
Just destroy some warehouses, destroy some garrison.
On my way. Got it.
This is one of those optional objectives that isn't actually optional. I suppose you could not destroy the base garrison, but why? Why go out of your way not to blow stuff up?
I guess.
We brought all these hammers with us. Why would I not want to hit the nails?
Uh-huh.
Alright, so we have a quick draw. I wouldn't mind taking home, almost all of that quick draw. A 55 that moves on 4, so that's definitely a high-level pilot. And a couple of turrets that we have no vision of. What do I want to do here? is one of those big medium laser quick draws. I wonder if we should just reserve? I guess the Marauder is not in cover or anything. So maybe I should just... Yeah, maybe I should just go ahead and step into cover. What kind of turret are you? Heavy LRM turret. Oh, you need to go. Unfortunately, this mech is not actually suited to that task. Just try to work this guy's head.
Aye, aye.
We do want to take home pieces of that mech, I think. Yeah, we need to focus up on the turrets. Apparently, these turrets are considerably more dangerous than the enemy mechs we're up against. So what's your deal? You're just a Shadowhawk, stock Shadowhawk? Yeah, that's not so big. Not so big of a deal.
No need to tell me twice.
How many guns do I have to put into this thing to kill it? Yes, 232 health. So it's actually everything. It's almost everything. I'm going to go ahead and fire everything at it so that in case we have an unlucky miss, we still get the job done. But that's a lot of that's a lot of turret that we're looking at there.
Alpha strike. One less turret.
There's something really satisfying about the sound pattern of the attack there. Well, I kind of wish I'd taken all the way up to 4 points of priority salvage.
Hey.
I think we still need to finish both of those quick draw designs. I have no idea what that is. It might be important to get on it right now. I really don't love leaving the catapult out in the open. Can't get vision of it while staying in cover. Man, alright, I'm gonna just pass the turn here, because I want the crab to run forward and get me vision.
Sure. Just forget
We'll just hope that that's not as dangerous as the other turret we saw. Also, we need to back the Annihilator up, obviously.
Ooh, took a heavy hit there.
I'm here. What can I do for you?
Wait, can you really not get vision of that? You're gonna make me sprint all the way up for it. Well, I'm gonna do it.
Going turbo.
Okay, super heavy laser thing. That's also still a problem.
What? No.
The 225, we're gonna hit it for 240 damage if everything connects. So we really need everything to connect, which is probably not going to happen. How much can I back up while maintaining... Looks like I lose the large laser shot almost immediately. Oh, just because the Annihilator is so huge, it's hard to shoot through.
Copy.
Alright, fingers crossed, everyone. Okay. I think that was exactly the number of missiles that had to land. I was counting the explosions impacting on the hillside there. Okay, they have another heavy LRM turret back there. Well, that's got to be a relatively high priority.
Come on, mech warriors. It's go time.
But also, obviously, we can't just ignore everything else. That Griffin is low. Like, of these mechs, what do I care about the most? This guy's a little dangerous, this guy's a little dangerous, Shadowhawk's kind of whatever. I mean, it has the AC-5, but that's really it.
Waiting for orders.
Yeah, the thing that matters the next most is him. So I'm going to back up even a little bit. Ooh, no, never mind. I'm going to move forward a little bit.
Copy that.
I do want the medium lasers on here.
Got it.
Okay, there we go. We got him.
Tango down.
Ow. Should probably try not to group my mechs up so much.
Commander?
Alright, we want the Annihilator to back off, but still have a shot. Quick Draw has way too much evasion. I think I'm actually going to pass the turn here. We'll let him move forward and fire. Hopefully he'll end the turn with less evasion. No, it doesn't. I think he jumped enough to have like 4
That
pips
was a
there.
heavy hit, Commander.
Yeah, that's...
Good to go.
what about if we lead with the catapult?
Affirmative.
We'll just strip some evasion this way. I'm gonna not even... Well, I was gonna say I'm gonna not even fire everything because of how bad our hit chances are, but, like, why not, right?
Okay. Firing.
We're certainly not gonna run low on ammo here.
Waiting for orders.
And we are, unfortunately, it looks like going to have to just endure a, another turn of fire from the LRM turret, which is not ideal. Okay, the 50% are not a range problem, they're just that thing having way too much evasion.
Here we go.
Well, this is the reason we saved the precision strike. So if we knock this arm off, we kill 2 of his medium lasers and his SRMs. Sorry, 3 of his medium lasers and his SRMs. That feels pretty good.
Commencing Alpha Strike. Critical hit, Commander.
Okay, he's very close to dead. So the question is, do we have the crab just pick him up, or... Like, it feels a little bit like a waste, right? Because the crab has an awful lot of firepower, and using it to just deal 35 damage feels crummy. But... I guess we have everybody else gets to go before him next turn. I don't have to use the crab that way, which means we can use the crab. Where's that turret stand? Oh, it's all the way back there. We're not going to be able to get vision of that thing anytime soon. So I could have the crab run forward and just smash up the Shadowhawk. Hit chances are not great, and we don't have precision strike available. Yeah, these things have too much evasion. I'm kind of thinking about punching it. It's not, like, it's not an awesome amount of damage, and this thing is... Oh, actually, I didn't realize how thin its armor was. Okay, yeah, if we just punch this thing, actually, we're going to get a significant amount of damage through. A punch to the front cannot possibly kill it, but if it hits one of the torso sections, it will shear it clean off. And if the shot goes to the legs, yeah, okay, I'll take that.
Moving out. Going toe to toe. Another hit like that.
We can do this. Let's go.
Alright, we removed a whole laser.
They're coming around the side.
Alright, that's fine. It's a good idea to bait people with the back armor on the crab a little bit. So who wants to have the job of finishing off that quick draw? Probably it's the catapult's job, right? Everybody else can put out so much more damage. So I think we're going to try to take the Griffin's head, which we should be able to actually do. Yeah, the Marauder is hilariously effective. What a ridiculous mech. Who thought this was an okay design? He chose not to move, which... Oh no, he is Ace Pilot, okay. I was gonna say, a choice not to move there seems very crazy to me. Like a really terrible plan. Alright, let's just knock you out. I think I can probably recoup some heat here. Let's go ahead and shoot all the missiles, though, because otherwise I feel like we're tempting fate.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Commander?
Alright, and if we're able to kill this Shadowhawk before that turret goes off, then it won't get to shoot at all. And make it to the... Ooh, I cannot quite make it to the water. But we're not going to be able to fire everything, right? The heat is too great. Well, it's only a little bit too great. Do I just go straight through his center? Yeah, I bet we can make this happen. Well, actually, odds are I'm only going to be able to force one weapon to hit. But if we get lucky and get 2, it'll do the job.
Firing on target. Critical
Yeah, we
hit,
got
Commander.
close. Oh, they have a laser turret too. Well, this should be a pretty easy kill, though.
Waiting for orders.
Because now we can have the crab just come around to that side and dump everything.
Coordinates received.
As is usually the case when we fire the crab. That was massive overkill. Way more bullets than we needed.
Moving to position.
Okay, let's go.
Everybody get in the water and get ready to shoot at these
Move order
turrets.
received. I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Let's get fired up. There's work to do.
Standing by.
So, can we get vision? We can.
Position confirmed.
Alright, 122 is low enough that just about anybody should be able to pick that up. Probably want to use the catapult for this, and then have the crab run forward and pick that turret up afterward.
If you say so.
Glad I had all the weapons on there.
That should do it.
Oh yeah, and then you could move. We'll just reserve here. Let that turret have its turn and then be forced to pass, and then we can make our move. And apparently I can't, man. Really, really hard to get vision.
Moving fast.
So I think the Annihilator should be able to pick up a clean angle on that. Yeah, there it is.
On my way.
Oh, we're outside AC-10 range. Well, whatever, we have 2 turns to bring it down.
Yes, Commander. Moving out.
Wow, that was a really bad miss.
Good to go.
I was like, how? How did you even do that?
Affirmative. Right, Commander.
And apparently everybody's going to do it. There's some kind of powerful magnet buried in that hill. It's actually kind of a brilliant defensive strategy if you think about it.
There. Okay.
Alright, this might seem like overkill, but I'm going to discharge all of the weapons here,
I hope this helps.
just in case of their defensive lodestone firing off again.
I got him.
Good to go.
Like how surprised she seems that she got it. This feels like overkill.
Here we go.
Enemy structure is weakening. Enemy structure eliminated.
Brought it down, Commander.
Man, I bet an LB-20X is actually, like, very effective against buildings.
Acknowledged.
Anyway, it's all kind of the same in-game, because they don't do damage typing. But you would think, from a physics perspective, that an LB, like a shotgun-type weapon that basically shoots small cars, is exactly what you want to bring a building down.
Got it.
Get to Lance to the LZ, Commander. I'm coming in hot.
Mission successful.
Alright, maybe a little bit easier than the 3.5 skull difficulty would suggest, but we get to take home most of a quick draw here, which is definitely going to be good for our score. Don't know that it's a mech that we'll actually use necessarily. Let's complete the 5A. And then, yeah, also pull this. That feels pretty good. LRM 5 plus damage, plus accuracy lasers, plus hit melee gyro. Yeah, we don't want any of that stuff. Wow, they really gave us a lot of salvage on that. Okay, hard to be upset about that outcome. So now this other one is rated at 4 skulls, I believe. This should be perhaps a little more challenging. There's such a huge variance in the amount of damage, or the amount of difficulty that any rating reflects, that actually, who knows? Who knows if this will be hard at all? Do we want to put the quick draw in over something? Probably in over the other Centurion, right? We're never going to run a Centurion again. It's just not going to happen. We'll probably never run that quick draw either, but it's at least feasible. Ooh. 5-skull contract on Maldives. What direction is Maldives in? Wait, it's this one. That's definitely interesting. We'll consider that. Right now, let's just go ahead and wrap this planet up. Data piracy. We've been monitoring communications traffic on Mendham and discerned a pattern. There's a well-defended Davian base that we suspect of being a secure data storage facility. Land, capture it, take a complete image of the contents of their databases. Okay. So we're going to take over a base and then we're going to get counterattacked. On a 4-skull mission, do we want to go all the way to 5? 523 will mean we get almost every piece of loot that comes off of the mission in its entirety, which is maybe overkill? I bet we get everything we want while still being able to take home a reasonable amount of money if we do it this way. Because, like, when you're up at 418, you gotta remember, it's not just about the priority salvage, it's about all of the other pulls. And I'm happy with... Do we want to pull in, maybe, the better pilots? Just, like, not take any chances here? Yeah, probably. So let's go you and you? Is this how we want to do this? No, I probably want Breaching Shot on the Annihilator. He's kind of a weird fit for the catapult. Maybe this is better? So the catapult doesn't really have any heat issues, and it doesn't need the accuracy quite as much. Yeah, we'll do it like this. Our mech squad is rated at 5 symbols of difficulty, so of course, when we get within 1 symbol of that, mission difficulty-wise, I have to panic and really try as hard as possible. You know, sometimes you get surprised, though. You think you're doing a thing where it's safe to take it easy, and then you end up getting a mech cut in half. So we're going to drop in. We're going to have to probably stay in their base for a couple of turns while Dr. Murad does whatever it is she needs to do with their computers, and then they'll give us an evac, or we'll be able to stay and fight, and we'll try to keep track of how much loot is dropping. Because obviously, staying in fight to accomplish optional objectives is not worth a ton of cash. Percentage modifiers on 300,000 C-bills are not really worth pursuing. But sometimes it'll be worth expanding the loot pool, but also sometimes you actually make it harder to get the pieces you want by adding more garbage to the pool. So just try to keep a rough estimate running. All right, once you reach the base, I'll be able to start extracting the data. Shouldn't take very long. I can't imagine their data security is very sophisticated. So we got turrets, and of course,
Ready for anything.
there's probably a lance on guard, and then that reinforcement lance, at least. That's what I'm betting.
Got it. Moving out.
Probably want to take up that position. Oh, you know what? That's maybe not actually good. How close this cliff is to the base means our firing angle is going to be kind of abbreviated from up here. Yeah. We'll just close. It's fine.
We got company.
A hoplite want to be this close? That's a Warhammer 6D. Which one's the one that we have? Oh, we don't have it with us. Again, the list. The list is a thing. We'll build it. I'll build it. It'll be a
I read you, Commander.
task I can do quickly over the weekend. Do I want to just reserve down? I'm a little worried about this Warhammer having face access to my catapult. Like, we have 4 points of evasion, but that might not be enough. Well, you know what? It's okay for the catapult to tank a volley or two. And especially if we intend to then basically pull it back and have it not be shootable for the rest of the mission. That's just like, it's soaking damage up and then carrying it away from the battle later. Let's let these guys have the chance to shoot at us. Yeah, I'm okay with it eating a sensor impairment buff or debuff as well.
What can I do for you?
Alright, so how do we want to start this? 55 of some kind. It is a shame that it still has bulwark. But I'm thinking maybe we move up and just go for the dome here. I know that we often want to save the precision strike for the Marauder, but in this case, just like the raw amount of damage we're able to shoot out, I think maybe we want to take it this way. Can I jump up onto something? It's uneven ground, but it gives me some distance and it gives me that aiming down shot modifier. I think we'll do this. Alright, tire fire. 15%. Are we better just coring? So we probably don't actually need the Warhammer pieces. And it's an expansion mech, so it's not actually part of the scoring. Or it's not part of the class completion scoring anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna... Center would be 290 damage. That's maybe a little unrealistic. 290 damage through 40% reduction. Let's see if we can get lucky.
This should be good.
Okay, not a single one of them.
Barely hit, Commander. Commander.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to do things the old-fashioned way on this Warhammer.
Coordinates received.
What is down there? A Kintaro. Okay, a Kintaro is a thing we still need to complete. That's maybe worth headhunting. But for right now, we're just going to do this.
Take this. Orders.
You can back up. I don't think we need to get too fancy with it either. I think just back off like this and shoot the missiles is fine.
Order received.
All we really need to do here is knock this thing down.
Engaging target.
Oh, didn't quite get there. That's a shame. I would have liked to have not had to spend the Marauder on that. I can't quite hit him if I'm in the mineral field. Well, hopefully the two... You know, if it just keeps jumping up and down like that, it'll probably actually be hard to hit. Hopefully just the two autocannons will be enough to knock it down here. I'm gonna not even fire the lasers. May as well save the heat.
Engaging target.
This isn't really about damage.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Okay, so now we have the entire next round to try to finish him off before he gets to
Yes,
stand.
Commander.
What are the odds that we could do it by just taking his legs? Actually, that looks very doable. It's coring him. Yeah, coring him is still over 200 damage. Go for the leg. Then we can have the Annihilator try for the other leg.
Critical hit, Commander.
Actually, no, sorry. The Annihilator's back down to moving on one, because we took off the Master Tactician pilot. So it's going to have to be the Marauder that tries for the other leg.
Nice try.
Well, I may as well walk forward a little bit and get that 1 point of evasion. And this is when we turn all the weapons back on. How much are we looking at here? 120 something? That's possible.
All weapons committed.
Let's get
Okay.
fired up. There's work
That
to
works.
do.
That is totally good. I do wonder what that is. There's a couple of different things it could be.
I hear ya.
Whatever it is, that's probably what we're going to spend quite a few points of our priority salvage on. Let's see if we can take the head.
Firing everything I've got.
Nice. Yeah, man, getting 4 shots to get the single headshot is like, or 4 chances, is so good. What an incredibly good mech that is.
You betcha.
Oh, it's a crab. Well, we don't really need another crab in terms of scoring. I am a little worried about all of the AC-20s. I think I might just brace, because it's probably going to get to shoot at us with like its actual full complement here. I want that bulwark. One assumes that's a heavy LRM turret.
Ha! Send me a... We can do this!
We must have just gotten inside of its range. Oh, it is worth noting that this thing has taken a, took a shot last turn, so it doesn't have any defenses, which means maybe we can get lucky and just get the cockpit. It's very forward slung. It's like right on the front of the mech.
Roger that. Holding.
I don't think this actually factors in, but that should be an easy shot. Alright, can we get you to a place where you can get that shot without being super vulnerable to counterfire? Not really. I wish I could get up here. I mean, this is 4 points of evasion. 2 AC-20s, man. What side is my stuff on? Okay. We're going to show him the left, because the guns are on the right. And here's hoping. If that AC-10 shot lands, we just get him right now.
Engaging target.
Ah.
Ready for orders.
Well then I think I'm maybe just going to have you not do anything yet. We don't yet know what we need to do. Interesting for it to not walk forward at all. Maybe it has ace pilot. Maybe it's going to move. Yeah, okay, it moved afterward. Still, like, obviously wrong, right? Move first so that you have the chance of getting the AC-20 range.
What can I do for you?
Okay, that's a cunning strategy. Don't let me have a frontal arc shot. Still, though, odds are pretty okay. Oh, you're not one of the people who can do that thing. Yeah, let's just try it.
Special delivery.
Okay, I was gonna say, if that didn't work, then we would just go full blast with our own crab. You know, it wouldn't be the end of the world to end up with 2 of them. I think that would be okay for us. So, like I said, we're probably going to have to limit ourselves strategically to prevent every battle from turning into exactly the thing you just saw there. I have not had time to perform the implementation of the idea that I had yet, but we're coming up on this this weekend. I will probably be able to figure it out before Monday.
Objective complete. You're clear to move on.
Wow, that's a lot of heat.
And stay down.
Takes a lot of propellant to fire a UAC-20.
Standing by.
Yeah, the explosion that occurs inside of your mech must be something to behold.
Got it. On my way.
Also, man, the forces that must be involved in using jump jets to move the Annihilator around.
Commander.
Just
Waiting
like
for orders.
the raw amount of physics that must be happening there. Alright, that's the facility. There weren't supposed to be any units in the base. Oh no. And more engine signatures. Mechs are powering up. We got it. It's easy. Also turrets. Easy might be overstating it, but it's doable. It's totally, definitely doable.
Don't need to tell me twice.
I'll run the catapult
Copy
down
that.
here as well. The Marauder can, I guess, just stay here?
Come on, mech warriors. It's go time.
So what are we looking at in terms of turrets here? We don't really get to see very much. Can't move forward enough to pick anything else up.
Standing by.
I wonder if this is going to end up being 2 additional lances instead of just 1. Alright, at the risk of putting us in a little bit of danger here, I'm going to jump forward and we're going to have a look at... And here, I did take a pretty big hit in my left side, so we'll turn rightward. Okay, that's a shredder. We are we are definitely outside of its AC 20 range, so I'm not too worried about that one.
Engaging target.
Make sure this goes down.
Good to go.
I think I want to try to make it to
Knowledge.
cover.
Got it. One less turret.
I wonder how long we
Waiting
have
on you,
until
Commander.
until the rest of the enemies show up. I'm just gonna have him sprint forward.
Got it.
We really want to get all of the cannons online here.
Good to go.
Okay, I will be moving into AC 20 range to do this. Do I actually want to spend a UAC shot on this thing? I don't think I do. Maybe I don't move the crab at all? I guess I can move to here. That's fine. We don't know exactly how many more enemies we're going to have to face, and there are only 3 shots left in that UAC. Can't get far enough forward to sensor lock any of the other turrets yet, so I guess we'll just do this.
Confirmed.
Still have a fair number of volleys left.
That turret is gone.
Full throttle.
Two PPCs,
I
4
hear ya.
AC2s. Alright. Fortunately, we can use our massive vision advantage here. I should have sprinted again.
Roger that. Firing on target. Waiting for orders. Moving out.
I don't think it should have vision of me. I'm pretty sure we're targeting all this stuff off of the Marauder.
Heading your way.
Alright, where is that? Where's the ping? Okay, here we go.
Yes, Commander.
80 tons, so it's probably like an awesome. You know what? We're not going to have you go yet. Or, well, I guess you are the mech with the least damage potential anyway. I guess we can have you just clean this thing up. Back up away from the enemies and drop just one of the LRM pods on this thing.
Engage.
Try to rest my mech a little bit. The other mechs can run forward into the water, but I don't think it's safe for the catapult to do that necessarily. I think I want to clean up the turret before I make any other big moves. Oh yeah, definitely. Jeez. Awesome 8T. That is the LRM Awesome. Okay.
Engaging target.
It's not hugely dangerous, but definitely something I don't want to have to put up with for very long.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So are we in AC 10 range? We totally are. Can I get vision of that other mech? Nope. Well, it's pretty important we get rid of that LRM turret.
Good to
Hold on,
go.
can we... What do we want to do with the crab? The crab doesn't actually have enough damage to get the job done here. And unfortunately, the crab doesn't have any jump jets at all either, so all we can really do is sprint it like this and try to get to
Affirmative.
a position to be able to fight in like 2 turns.
What can I do for you?
Which means that probably the Annihilator needs to finish this thing off right now. Oh, that's not... There we go. I gotta make sure we actually have range on it. And we don't need to fire all of the AC-10s, or indeed any of them. Let's fire one, just in case of a miss. Trying to not have everything with the recoil aim penalty.
Ready for orders.
Okay, so the question is, do we bait them forward and try to get them to drop their bulwark? Really love to be able to see that one. I think I'm going to reserve down to 2. Alright, that's an Orion. We certainly don't have one of those, and it's actually fairly dangerous.
Commander.
Marauder doesn't have reaching shot. Alright, I'm going to reserve all the way down. This is maybe dangerous. Wow, yeah, this is a very serious lance that they're bringing against us here. Alright, Tire Fire has breaching shot. So, we have to decide, when I fire at this awesome in a moment here, do we want to... actually, do we want to fire at the awesome? I guess is the first question, because I could do this instead. So when we fire at this this Orion in a moment here, do we want to aim a single big AC-10 at the head and hope for breaching shot to do the thing? Or are we actually better off firing all 5 of the weapons? Odds on us getting 2 head hits are not horrible, but they're also not great.
Coordinates received.
I think I'm going to go for the single AC-10 shot. Like, that's pretty much just a 1 in 5 this thing blows up.
Tell me what to shoot.
Didn't get there. It kind of looked like I shot him directly in the dick. The big robot crotch. How much damage does that leg have left on it? 108?
Yes, Commander.
Okay, that gives us a path. We want to move... How far can we move the Marauder forward? There's not a cover tile over there. That's a shame. Because obviously I'd like to put in more than one weapon. Or more than just the autocannons. We have to be pretty careful because the Marauder's not really that tough. And jump for 4 evasion. Can move for 3. Well, the heat's not going to be an issue. I suppose I should make the big jump, but this is definitely, like, nerve-wracking. We get to move pretty early in the turn. So my plan is just to get behind this rock, and hopefully that'll carry us through. You are maybe fine where you are? Oh no, I'm turned too far. Make my center torso not available because it's already damaged. Also, something about this terrain is making it really hard to dial in my firing angle. Sometimes you have to turn the camera a little bit. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, we can totally get this. We should totally have gotten that. That was well within expected value.
Waiting for orders.
Ah, that's annoying. Well, we don't really have a choice. This has to just be a sprint.
Ready for orders.
So now, do I do the aim shot? Or do I just fire everything and hope that we get 2 hits to the leg? Actually, it'd have to be 3 through that amount of what do you call it? Damage reduction. I think I'm gonna go for it. I think I'm gonna not aim.
Moving out. Firing full complement.
There's so many missiles. Literally not a single one. We hit the other leg enough times. Ooh, a Battle Master. That's fancy. Definitely a very serious problem for us. Oh, hey. And they have stuff incoming. Oh, boy. This is actually, like... This has gotten really dangerous. Well, I think I'm going to jump to here and try to lance the head off that Battle Master. Because that thing's, like, a very serious threat. Come on, aim high. I think I hit 1 weapon. Yeah. 1 weapon, and it wasn't the important one. We left most of the Orion's weapon systems behind. I cannot leave the Marauder
I hear ya.
facing this side toward the enemy again, but I think that was a pretty reasonable start. So now what do we do? Nobody can aim for the head.
What can I do for ya?
The crab can't quite get good firing range on anything, so maybe I just take the sprint one more time. Try to present a target that is a little bit more vulnerable, that will maybe distract that awesome. Because this arm is pretty exposed. And again, it's just like, if we lose this side of the mech, it's not the end of the world. Those aren't even the good medium lasers. Those are the ones that don't have the plus damage on them.
Going turbo.
But let's provide an alternative target. Nope, too smart. Okay, so we lost one of the lasers. Actually, we lost them both, because the arm's gone.
Waiting for orders.
That's totally fine, though. And then we could just fire everything here and hope. Oof, boy, this is a very serious
Don't need to
lance.
tell me twice.
If we don't get a headshot, the odds of us hitting hard enough to do anything meaningful are very, very low. So maybe we shoot at something else instead. They all have pretty significant armor. Yeah, I just need more evasion. Or more resolve. We have 19 and we're going to gain 39, which means that we are not going to have enough for 2 aim shots next turn. But if we get a kill with with 1 aim shot, that'll give us enough resolve to do a second. So basically, I think that shooting at the Battlemaster is a waste. I'm going to shoot at the Warhammer here with everything. So I think we're gonna really commit to the headshots against the Battlemaster.
Let's get fired up. There's work to do.
Okay, that's the last time they'll be able to hit that for the moment.
Armor breached.
Receiving you.
Internal damage.
Oh, I guess this Warhammer does move on too. So we're probably going to lose the side torso then, which is actually going to make it harder for us to get that kill. That's not great. Let's see here, we can jump up here and then I could precision strike the Warhammer, but the odds of us getting a kill are basically 0. And we need... Yeah, we need that too. Alright. I think I just jump up here and fire at it with everything. Non-precision, just hope to do something meaningful.
Firing on target.
Okay, that was pretty meaningful.
Reporting critical hit.
That knocks him down to initiative 1, so now the Marauder gets to go first. And the Marauder pulls back. Like, way back. Far back as I'm allowed.
Engaging jump jets.
Might have to... No, you know what? I probably will not have to use my heat. Or my coolant vent. Alright. Fingers crossed. Either one of these is lethal.
Engaging target.
Oh, thank God. When that first shot missed, 70% of my body clenched. Alright, this gives me hope. Warhammer's not a big deal anymore. Looks like it's still unsteady, maybe? Oh no, it's just missing a leg.
I hear ya.
They have this like wobbly animation that they do when they haven't recovered enough... what do you call it? They haven't recovered enough stability yet.
On my
I'm
way.
gonna go for the headshot here. Decent odds. This could work.
All weapons are go.
Nope, nothing, but hey, good damage. Still decent damage. Ow.
I'm taking a pounding, Commander. Waiting on you, Commander.
Trading some relatively serious amounts of paint here. I probably don't want to reveal myself to the Orion if I don't have to. Does it change my hit chance? Yeah, it totally does. Ah, you know what? This is the crab's job.
I read you, Commander. Moving out. Got it.
Okay, wow. Just
You're dead.
got lucky.
Get
Got, like,
fired
super
up.
lucky.
There's work to do.
Alright, the Orion is definitely the next thing we're headhunting.
Yikes! That hit hard.
Orders.
I do really like it. There's something very satisfying about the amounts of damage that we're trading here. Like, this feels like a very grand and epic battle.
Got it.
Okay, that thing's going down real soon. If they managed to shear 300 armor off of this crab in very short order. Extremely worryingly short order. I think I'm better off using the aimed shot from the Annihilator here. So let's just reserve down, give it the turn. Gonna turn and show them my other side here.
Right, Commander.
Alright, fingers crossed.
Got it.
And listen, if we don't get to take home all of the pieces of it, it's fine. I guess we should just go for the legs now. We've done enough damage to them. Oh yeah, wow, we've really done a lot of damage to them. I guess I'm gonna, let's focus on this guy. Let's just shoot the Warhammer. We can probably core him out real quick here. Do our little trampoline jump for joy. Okay. So that'll put us over 2 aimed shots for the next turn. I am not, in fact, going to fire with the crab, I don't think. I think I'm just going to brace.
We can do this. Let's go. Standing by.
It gives us the opportunity to tank if it makes sense to tank. Like, this leg has... Oh no, it's the other one. Sorry.
Affirmative.
So we'll only get 2 pieces of this thing in the priority salvage pool, but that's still
For a
fine.
critical hit.
Might have to be a little bit careful not to overdo it. Alright, stay way back.
Engaging target.
Okay.
Enemy mech destroyed.
We still need to actually get to the enemy base.
Commander,
So that's part of the mission.
coordinates received. Got it.
Engaging jump jets.
Affirmative.
Base captured.
On my way.
Everything's fine. We were never in any danger.
Confirm.
Mission successful.
Yeah, that one got a little harrowing. That could have, a couple of rolls go in a different way, and that could have been the end of our Marauder there. So we have a lot of interesting stuff in the loot pool, and I actually don't know exactly what we want to do here. We probably don't want to take any of that King Crab. Do we just want to grab 3 pieces of the Battlemaster? Ooh, actually, I didn't realize we had so much of an Orion finished. Well then, yeah, it's this, right? We could go up to 2 pieces of the Warhammer. Is this the Warhammer we have already? Yeah, this is the kind of Warhammer we have. It's the 6R. It's the one that we need the pieces for. Wait, maybe not. They both have 4 energy hardpoints. Yeah, I don't remember. We're going to take it like this. Give me an AC-20. Ooh, that was a nice one. That was a pretty good pull. And then also, Warhammer 6D part. I'm reasonably sure the 6D is the one we have already. Again, I'll compile that list. We'll get that figured out. Alright, well that turned out to be both a larger mission than I was expecting, both in terms of damage and in terms of the actual minutes it took to accomplish it. I'm happy to see real challenge at 4 skulls, because that means at 4.5 and 5 skulls, we're, like, actually going to be in some danger. Oh, yeah, we should definitely have you... No, I want to just drop the Jenner. Every once in a while, you get a mission that's like, hey, you gotta run something really light, but I guess that can just be the Phoenix Hawk. We don't need to also have a Jenner. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong button. There is another mission on Maldives, but it's not available to us because we are not well liked. This is what I actually wanted. As soon as it wants to load in here. First of all, let's have a look at the paint jobs on the Annihilator, because I totally forgot to do that before. I really appreciate them putting in this new mech viewer thing here. You're just a very goofy looking thing in total. Because either it has a tiny little weird head and an extremely strange protruding chest, or this is the head part, which is like a more normal mech design, and it has like a strange scorpion tail. Alright, let's see what the paint jobs look like. So far, a lot of our mechs are white on top, and I'd like to maintain that. Looks like you can't really make the scorpion tail part white. This isn't too bad, though. That's kind of a cool look. Yeah. Alright, I'll take it. And then we're going to do just, like, totally basic repairs. I'm really happy with the design of this thing. We just need it to not fall apart on us. Huh, it does have support weapon slots. What do you know? How would you ever use them? I guess in that last mission, we had the opportunity. The enemy mechs were closing to us and staying close enough for long enough. Alright, we have a pretty basic refit here. I don't know that we have good medium lasers to replace the lost ones with, but I'd be totally fine with stock. Yeah, unfortunately, we're out of fancy ones. Like I said, I put both of the damage ones on the same side as all of the guns so that we could cradle that side away from the enemies for exactly this reason. So this is not a big loss. It's like one of those lasers was plus accuracy and the other one was plus crit chance, I think. Here I don't think we need to change anything. We have really good solid designs. So, we're going to be taking an 18-day trip. What are the repairs that really need to get done of our current mechs in the next 18 days? Make sure that we move all of the important stuff up to the top. Again, would be really nice if there was just a button for when you click repair for throw this thing at the front of the queue. Alright, so that's 7 days of actually important repairs, which means that we definitely want to work out some of these other designs here. Probably it's the Orion? It's the Orion or the Grasshopper that goes next. I like this thing because it kind of looks like Mega Man. What kind of stuff could we mount on you? The default design for this thing has like a weird variety of weapons. I like the AC-10 a lot. With an AC-10, I don't know that you necessarily need the long-range missiles. That gives you an ability to fight at some decent range, like maxing out at 450. It's pretty significant. And I don't usually do this thing. Like a lot of stock mech designs are like halfway good at fighting close and halfway good at fighting at range. Usually I like to specialize a little bit more than that. We could really go deep on the SRMs. How many good SRM pods do we have? Because we don't really have a lot of mechs that are using short-range missiles right now. We have 2 of these and 3 of those. If we ran something like... Let's put these in the arms so that they're easier to aim. Do that and then throw... I mean, could I get the UAC-20 in here? Oh man, this thing It does fire for 48 heat. Maybe not totally ideal. Each AC-20 bin is only 5 rounds, so in order for it to have 5 volleys of ammo, we have to do that. And then the SRM bins are 100 each. So I'd like to run 2 of those, maybe? That leaves us with 3 tons. We could install, I guess, a little bit of... like a very small number of heat sinks. This is probably not the right move. We probably want to go AC-10 or maybe even AC-5. We could, I suppose, use... just ignore the ballistic slots and use laser weapons instead. My big problem with that... well, we could run the other LB-20X. It's only 12 tons, so it gives us access to a little bit more space, but like this thing would cause a terrifying amount of stability damage. Right now it hits for 158. And then that combined with like the catapult being able to just apply a tiny little bit at a distance means that we can knock over just about anything if we get close to it. And it's still like 416 means we still have a very good focused, like potent coring strike. Well, sorry, it won't be 416 because we won't have the UAC in there. It'll be this plus 120, but the 120 doesn't actually cluster all that well. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. You know what? I'll play with it a little bit off camera. I'll come to a decision. I'm kind of leaning toward this, though. Having this thing just be able to show up with this much weight remaining, we could actually drop 4 jump jets into it. Oh, it uses heavy jump jets, not assault. That's right. Mechs are considered to be assault class at a different weight than the assault jump jets actually need. Like there's a weird disconnect in the naming. So we can actually go to 4 jump jets and still have 4 tons left for other stuff. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. We'd probably want to mount like a hit defense gyro. I'd have to buy another thing. Yeah. Oh, I didn't put ammo in here yet, so it's a good thing we have a little bit of weight left over, because we need that for the ammo bins. But yeah, that's definitely, that's interesting. Like I said, I'll think about it. I'll figure it out. That's going to be it for us for today, and indeed for this week. But come back next time on Monday, when I will have worked some things out and actually done the prep work, I swear. And we'll see you then.